You know, a lot of times I always get told how wrong I am about everything, and it's kind of ironic because I'm not saying that I'm right 100% about 100% of the things, but what I am saying is that I am right quite a bit, and people are just quick to kind of cast that aside or cast that off, and really just they don't like to hear it, right? Like I can go back and say, okay, well, I knew the name of the, and this is going back a little while, right? But I knew the name of the Xbox One X. You know, I said it. I was the first person, and that video is still up. The next Xbox name leaked out. It leaked out to me. I knew what it was. I think, and to be honest with you, and this isn't a slam on Randall Thor, at the time he was podcasting quite a bit with me, and he was trying to get, I don't know, I think he might have known the name too, but didn't want it to leak out. So I remember doing a podcast specifically, and he was trying to push the name Xbox One Prime or Xbox Prime or something like that. And I knew what it was because I have a friend who is a independent developer who had, you know, documents and things like that. So I knew what it was. I said what it was. It ended up being that, and people were like, whoa! Back in the day, I turned over Project Neo from PlayStation documents to a couple places that ran stories on them. I also turned over Xbox documents to Jez Gordon at Windows Central, and they ran stories with them. Just using, and I'm not saying I'm an insider. I'm not. I have a friend who just is a developer, right? Anybody who has a friend that's a developer can get stuff like that. The main problem with showcasing that stuff in particular is it's coded over the screen, so you can't exactly show it or screenshot it, else they'll know who did it. And you don't want to get your people fired or your friends fired or whatever. So it kind of just is what it is. Now, when it comes to this particular situation, it's very interesting because the dominoes are starting to fall in favor of Microsoft in a big way. And I think that people are starting to kind of notice that, thankfully. And we're seeing a ton of movement by Microsoft at the best possible time. So I gotta say, I really enjoy seeing the positivity and the people that are coming out of this looking better than ever, right? Like Microsoft is offering so much in terms of what they can offer. So I would love to see it. I honestly would. I would love to see it. So with that being said, I want to get into this video because it should be a very good video. Can't wait to see it and hear what everybody else says. Looking forward to it. I'm Crap Gamer. This is Crap Gamer Reviews with another video. Rack 'em up, fact 'em up, Crap Gamer 'em up. I'm so thankful for each and every one of you. Slap that like button. Give me a good thumb in. So again, like I said, the dominoes are starting to fall as the Microsoft Activision Blizzard acquisition approved in Japan, yet another place. The Japan Fair Trade Commission has given the green light for Microsoft's Activision Blizzard acquisition to go ahead, saying the deal would not substantially harm competition. So Sony's home country, Japan, says that it's not going to harm competition. Also, they are under scrutiny for being anti-consumer against American company and Microsoft, so they could be going, well, let's just try and get this out there and get some good PR. So we'll see how that happens. But following the CMA's recent announcement that Microsoft proposed acquisition of Activision Blizzard would not lessen competition in the UK console gaming market, Microsoft has chalked up another win. Yet this time again in Japan, the Japan Fair Trade Commission has now approved the merger to go ahead in the country, which I don't know how this works 100% accurately, but regardless of how that works, I think there's a couple of main big ones that they need to pass, and that's like the EU and the FTC to get anything else going, and I'm not sure that it really would matter either way. But another past one, I think that's 6 or 8 that have now passed for Microsoft to actually go ahead with this deal, and I think that that's pretty damn awesome when you think about it. So the Japan Fair Trade Commission actually said that after reviewing evidence and submissions from third parties surrounding the deal, the acquisition would not substantially restrain competition in any way of the trade, and that a cease and desist order would not be issued. Whilst it's good news from the UK and Japan, the takeover is still under scrutiny from regulators in Europe and the US. Now, while the UK CMA has said the deal will not result in lessening of competition, the CMA is still investigating concerns around the cloud gaming market and acquisition. So even though they are still kind of looking at concerns, the more interesting thing here is that it doesn't really matter, because Microsoft is already in talks to sign up 3 more cloud companies to their deal. So yeah, like this is good news. If you're an Xbox fan, you probably are in a pretty good spot right now, being able to, play these games, being able to enjoy the games that you want to play, and not have to really worry about, anything else. It's crazy to think that so many people are out there kind of just, I don't want to say hating, but yeah, kind of hating, I guess, on Microsoft, no matter what they do. And Microsoft is out there trying to make sure that people honestly have the right to play their games on a number of different ways. And they were, relatively honest. Now, have they always been honest or whatever? Do they do PR nonsense? Sure do, just like every other company. But at the end of the day, it's just nice to see that companies are out there trying to kind of do what they can to make sure gamers have plenty to choose from and lots of content and things like that. Like that whole Xbox has no games stuff that people would use for, kind of slander or whatever. That's a thing of the past. And it'll always be a thing in the past. I think we're going to continue to see Microsoft just do some phenomenal things. And I'm excited by that prospect. People can finally leave Xbox alone. You don't have to, Xbox is this, that, and the other thing, and they suck. No, it's like they're going to have the games. And now, here's the funny part, right? And I just want to throw this out there. So now the fun thing to do is say Microsoft had nothing to do with that game. Like, they're saying Microsoft had nothing to do with Starfield. Microsoft had nothing to do with this. So you're telling me in 3 years that Microsoft has owned Bethesda, they have offered no help to Starfield whatsoever. No help. Right? But the funny thing is, they're saying that Xbox has nothing to do with Hi-Fi Rush, nothing to do with Starfield, nothing to do with Redfall. But if those games were to score poorly and be bad, everybody would jump and say a typical Xbox, right? So it's like you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. If you're Microsoft, I say just go out, do your thing, and watch what happens, because I think good things are happening. Obviously, people just don't like Microsoft. Some people, anyway. I mean, obviously, a lot do, but it's just a shame that so many people are kind of anti-Microsoft, and it's can be a little bit infuriating at times. But I would love to hear what each and every one of you have to think about this. Dominoes falling down, everything lining up into place for Microsoft. Sounds like it's going to be a pretty epic ride along the way. I'm excited, and I'm sure a lot of you are as well. Don't forget to leave a like on this video. Give me a thumbing. Trying to get me to 100 likes per video. That's my goal. Subscribe if you haven't already. Thanks for watching. Crap Gamer, out.